Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hello, Isarians. Is anybody on the call with me yet? Good morning. Is anybody on the call with me yet? Well, welcome to the WISER Special Edition, October edition. And I'm particularly excited because this is going to be the last book session or book study for Atomic Habits. Yay! Who is excited with me? So, we're welcome to the first Monday in October. Yes, it's a work week. First Monday in October. That's the 6th of October, 2025. So let me know where you're joining in from. Which part of Nigeria are you joining in from? Which part of the world are you joining us from? Do we have any early eagles? Yes, I can see the mechanic, the Michael Okori. Good morning. Good morning. Let us share the link with our friends, our family members, our colleagues. So please join because there'll be a lot to learn here. The mechanic is joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. You're welcome. I'm joining in from Abuja. We call it the Bush. The center of unity. I am Olutomi Sodipo. Michael Okoro is joining in from Oka, Anambra State. You're welcome. MC Love Diamond, good morning. It's good to see you again. How was your weekend? MC Love Diamond is joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. So we have two people from Lagos, one person from Oka. JD is in the house. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. JD, we're in the same city. Good morning, ma. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Viniverse. Is that your name? Joining from Port Harcourt. Okay, that's nice. River State. Let's wake up our friends. Let's send the link to them so that we can have a good ride this morning. Beatrice Solomon from Abuja. Okay, that's 321, and then Port Harcourt too. So it seems like Abuja is taking the lead. Beatrice Solomon, kindly share the link. Viniverse, share the link with your friends, your family members, your colleagues, because this is the last session for our WISER special book study on Atomic Habits by James Clear. Like I said earlier, I am Olutomi Sodipo. I'm first a medical doctor, but with a specialization in public health. So I'm a public health physician, I'm a consultant public health physician, and also a project manager. So I'm currently a project manager running a health intervention here in the FCT. What are we having this morning? What are we drinking this morning? Is it water? Is it a cup of tea? I'm having strawberry tea. Cheers. So can you type in the comment section what you're having this morning? Are you drinking anything? Are you going to be having breakfast? For our early eagles that have breakfast. Kayode joining from Abuja. You're welcome. Kayode joining from Abuja. You're welcome. Who else do we have on the call? Water. Yes, water is good. Water is life. Water is great. Yes. I've had water and then I'm having some tea, so that the throat can be warm. Warm water, a lot of water. That's good. Water with the R, double R. All right. Water with the double R. That's nice. Let's share the link. So I'd like to know, We started this book session in February of this year. Oh, green tea on standby. Great. JD and I are the T team. So we started this book study in the month of February, and this is October. It's been quite a journey. So this is the 9th and the last ultimate book study. So I'd like to know, how many of us, what's our score? Who has joined all 9? Who has joined 8? Who has joined 7, 6? Or we could have new people on the call. And if we have new people on the call, you are most welcome. So let's know. Is your score 1/9? Is it 3/9, 6/9, or 9/9? So that we send you our flowers. Let's know in the comment section who has been here with us. Hey, the mechanic, 9/9, 9/9. Well done, sir. Well done. We greet you, sir. Who else? So we have one 9/9. Who else? Is anyone new? We would like to welcome you. 2/9, Kayode, you are also welcome. Congratulations. Everyone is a winner here. Everyone is a winner. 1/9, Kemi, don't cover your face. Don't cover your face at all. You're welcome. Congratulations to you too. 8/9, JD is 8/9. Congratulations. MC Love Diamond, 8/9. Those in second place. Yes. Congratulations. So Kemi, 1/9 is not a problem. The replays are there. You can watch them and come up to speed. So who else? I also want to ask, who has the book? Atomic Habits? Because I prefer reading hard copies, than soft copies. So I had to get the hard copy, when we're going to start in February, because I'm not really a soft copy kind of person. So who is hard copy? Who is soft copy? If you're hard copy, can you type HC? If you are soft copy, SC. Let's see. Those that like reading from their tabs, their phones, or those who like, the good old pages. Who is hard copy and who is soft copy? Okay, Kemi. Is that hard copy or soft? You have the book. Great, you have the book. That is good. Who else has the book? So that you can follow along. Because, once we're done, we're not just going to keep our book aside and say, oh, we've left it. Hybrid. Okay. I have both hard and soft copies. Coyote, that's great. HC Odunayo, that's great. HC MC Love Diamond, that's great. Because we need to continue to read the book. SC, soft copy, Kemi Michael, the talk maestro. Because we need to continue reading the book. It's about tiny changes, remarkable results. Tiny changes, remarkable results, and consistency. So we are not going to keep the book away when we are done. The mechanic, HC, hard copy, now will be this. Yes, so we need to continue flipping through the pages, because I've realized that if you read something once, if you read a book once, you've not gotten all the information there. There's even a way you interpret things differently the first time. You read it a second time, and you saw something you didn't see before, something you missed. You read it a third time, it begins to stick. Same thing with listening, to audio things, webinars, podcasts. So we need to go back to the book, flip the pages of Atomic Habits by James Clear. If you have not invited a friend, do so, because we'll be diving in pretty soon. Okay. So if you want us to start, can you put ready? If you want us to start this session, ready. Let me see your ready. If I don't see ready, we will not start. And I know some of us are getting ready to go to work. Ready. Let's see. I'm waiting for my ready so that we can start. so that we can start. So get comfortable. Yes, I've seen it. Ready by Viniverse. Yes, ready. So let's go. So we have come a long way, like I've said, from February. We went through the 4 habits, that make us better persons. So can anybody tell me what's the first habit? What's the first one? I have an acronym for it to make me remember, but I know we also remember. So what's the first one? What's the first habit that we discussed or James Clear told us about? What's the first habit? What's the first habit? I can't see an answer. What's the first habit? The first habit is what? Making it obvious. Making it obvious. You need to make the habit obvious. So what's the opposite of obvious? Invisible. So if something is invisible to you, it is not obvious. So for you to be able to start a good habit, you need to make it obvious. It needs to be there. You are seeing it. You and the habit are looking at each other. What's the second one? So I've given you a Joro, making it obvious. What's the second one? What's the second one? What's the second one? What's the second habit? What's the second habit? We have said making it obvious. Make it attractive. Yes, make it attractive. If it is not attractive, we wouldn't, want to do it. Make it attractive. The third one is what? Making it easy. Any habit that is difficult, we find out that we let it go. We don't continue with it, after we've done it for the first time. So the third one is making it easy. That's the third law. And then the final one, they are just 4. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy. What's the last one? Make it satisfying. Thank you, Dunayo. Make it satisfying. So from me, I have an acronym. I say OASIS. OAES. So I now change it to Oasis. What's an oasis? I'm sure we know what an oasis is because we have very avid readers on the call. Yes, Kayode, make it satisfying. Yes. So oasis, what's an oasis? You can quickly check your dictionary if you don't have the meaning, if you don't have it ready. What's an oasis? Think about a desert, a very dry place, that there's usually no rain or rains come once in a blue moon. And then you're walking down, the sun has been beating you, you are very thirsty, and then you can see from afar, like, is that green I'm seeing? I'm seeing green somewhere. And for you to see green, that means there's water. Yes, a fertile spot in the middle of a desert where water is available. So that means there is water for you to see green, lush green. So that's an oasis. You see, there's green grass, flowers, trees, because there's a body of water in a desert. So I want us to look at these 4 habits as something that would make our lives lush and green, even with the daily hustle and bustle, that tend to make us forget or tend to make us slip back into our bad habits or habits that do not serve us. So if we're going to take one thing away now, habits will make us an oasis. Our lives will be green. Our lives will be beautiful. Our lives will be lush. And then we'll be able to live long and productive lives. If this is making sense to you, what I just dropped now, put MS and a fire emoji in the chat. Let's see. And still don't forget to send the link to your family and friends and your colleagues and those who you are trying to make your friend. Because when you send this to them, like, this person likes me, or the person wants to make me wiser. So let's see in the chat, MS, if it is making sense. Adopting these 4 laws will make your life green and lush. Thank you. I'm seeing the MS and the fire emoji. Thank you very much. So if you see me looking down, I'm referring to my book. Like I said, we are the hard copy people. So I'll just like to make some references to the book as we go along. So James Clear took us through the 4 habits. Like I said, if you want to imbibe a new habit that is good, we're talking about good habits, so not the ones that are not good. You need to make it obvious. So you need to see it. You need to make it attractive. You need to make it easy for you to do, and it needs to satisfy you. If it doesn't satisfy you, you won't continue with it. So I want to ask us, since we started in February, what new habits have you imbibed? What new habit have you imbibed and you've been able to sustain it? What new habits? Can I see? I'll start with mine. Taking a walk. Taking a walk in the morning. How do I make my own obvious? Okay. I've set my alarm. I've put my shoes, set out my clothes. And to make it attractive, I was using black outfits. And I went to buy the one that has purple, the one that has green, so that when I'm wearing it, I'll be happy. I'm even thinking, maybe I should get dark green sneakers because I currently have black. What do you think? I'm still waiting for our comments. What new habits have you imbibed since we started? And I've also realized, okay, making it easy. Sometimes I'm not able to walk in the morning because I have to leave the house very early. So I now use my break at work to take a walk, especially if the sun is not so high. And then I carry my sneakers along with me. So I can also walk around because there's a way I can walk around. So, and it's satisfying. Making it satisfying. Last week, I went out with a colleague. We're gisting and we're walking. So let me know in the comment section, what one habit, just one, nothing more than one, have you, worked at, imbibed since we started this book study in February? Let me know so that it will not be as if I'm the only one that has been doing what James Clear said we should do. Let me know what new habits, because we only have to do it. We have to walk it. We can't just read it, say it. We have to do it. And it's small, repetitive. Yes, reading minimum of 20 pages a day. Okay, so is it the Atomic Habits, Kayode, or is it another book? Is it for Atomic Habits or another book? Reading minimum of 20 pages a day. So how do you do that? So how do you make this possible? Because yes, this is good. You want to read minimum of 20 pages a day. But how do you make this possible? How do you make it obvious to read? How do you make this reading attractive to you? How do you make it easy? And how is this satisfying? So Kayode has put his own down. What other habits, Wiserians, what other habits have you imbibed? Okay, books generally. All right, that's good. 10 pages in the morning. Okay, great. 10 pages before bedtime. You see, so there's already a schedule. Okay, all right. So Kayode has told us something about books. Who else? Odunayo, a chapter a day. All right. So how do you make it easy for you to read a chapter a day? How? How do you make it easy to read a chapter a day? How do you make it attractive to read a chapter a day? Because sometimes you may have had a long day. How do you remember to read a chapter a day? Who else? Wiserians. So we've had 2 on books. What other habits? What other habits? Because reading books is really good. It's a form of education. It's also a form of travel. Any other one? Wiserians. What other habits have we imbibed? This is the last session. So it is a wrap-up of all what we've been doing, all the sessions we've been attending. What other habits? Okay. While I wait for that, the book is kept by my bedside. Great. Because that's like the first thing you see. So Dunayo keeps her book by her bedside. Yes. Wiserians. This is only Odunayo and Kayode that have imbibed good habits. While we're waiting for others, we'll continue. So, in the concluding part of Atomic Habits, James Clear titled this as The Secret to Results That Last. Because from the whole, 250 something pages, he had broken down the laws, started with fundamentals, went through the laws, gave us advanced tactics. And then to conclude, he now wanted to let us know what is the secret to results that last. What's the secret to atomic habits? What's the secret to being a better person? What's the secret to us being an oasis, in the desert? And he started off with the psoriasis paradox. So I read this paradox, I was like, okay, because the paradox ordinarily is confusing. That's a paradox. It's confusing, it's very vague. It's comme ci, comme ça. And the psoriasis paradox originated from a heap of sand, because psoriasis means heap, a heap of sand. It says, okay, if you have a heap of sand, you remove one grain of sand. It still remains a heap, right? You remove another grain of sand, it still remains a heap, because you can see it's still a heap. So at what point is it no longer a heap of sand? And there are different versions of the psoriasis paradox. And for this example, the formulation he gave us here, talking about money, money is very important. It's very important. And it says, okay, one coin. You have one coin. If you have a coin, would you say the person is rich? If you have one note, 5 naira. When last did I see 5 naira? Okay, let me say 20 naira. Okay, if I have 20 naira, am I rich? Yeah, you say the person is rich. You add another one. Is the person rich? You keep adding. At what point would you say that person is now rich or not? So I'd like us to, when we're done, probably in the evening, let's still read more about the psoriasis paradox and even the psoriasis principle. There's something called the psoriasis principle. Pretty interesting. I'm sure you won't leave more confused than you started reading. So in now try to tie it to atomic habits. I say, okay, or let's use the example, reading a book. I read one page in a day and I leave it at that. And the next time I'm going to read another page is probably end of December. It really doesn't count as much. But if I keep at it, one page today, second page today, like Odunaya and Kayode had said, a chapter and 20 pages a day, and keep at it, then I now realize that I'm done with the book, or they are done with the book. If they still keep at it, they'll be done with 2 books, 3 books. So one needs to keep at it, because initially it may not look like anything is happening. For example, walking. Walking can be for either you want to lose weight or you want to be fit. Personally, I want to be fit. Because people be asking me, tell me why are you walking? What are you working for? I want to be fit because of the nature of the work that I do. Sometimes in a month, every 28 days, there's a lot of physical activity, a lot of community work that is involved. You are climbing mountain, you are entering valley, different things. You are entering coral. For those of us who are not Nigerians on the call, and please, can someone say what's the meaning of coral? Please, on the chat section, what's the meaning of coral? Let us help those who don't understand. You are entering different places, and I have to walk, and it can be from morning till evening, and then I get very tired. So for me, it's to be fit. So I realized that because early in the year, I wasn't too fit. I had surgery, major surgery, and it was difficult to walk. Even flight of stairs, hidden almost unmapped routes. Yes, that's coral. We have a lot of Nigeria's language is a very interesting. I love it. Very beautiful. So it was difficult to walk up a flight of stairs. I know the first time I tried it after surgery, it was not a pleasant experience. And I was like, okay, Tomi, you need to keep walking to be fit. So small changes over time. I didn't even realize when I was now able to walk a flight of stairs and even sprint. It was one day I was like, Tomi, you can actually now walk a flight of stairs and you are not out of breath. So small changes over time, small repeated changes over time now lead to lasting results. Even if one is trying to lose weight through walking, you'll just be going, you'll be walking. One day you now realize that my clothes are not tight anymore. They're actually loose. So the important thing here is small changes over time, because he says, and I read, in the beginning, small improvements can often seem meaningless because they get washed away by the weight of the system. But as you continue to layer these small habits or these small changes on top of one another, what does this remind us of in our earlier sessions? Stacking, habit stacking. The scales of life now start to move. We now see that there's an improvement. We now see that we can read more pages a day. We are drinking as much water as we wanted to drink before. And I'm still waiting. Wiserians, what new habits have we imbibed? We have had reading books. What new habits have we imbibed? And this is very important, to secret to results that last, because all the people we see, Olympic gold medalists, people who are doing so well in their specialties, how did they come about that? Success didn't just come overnight for them. They had to work at it. Best swimmer in the world had to be swimming for several hours on a daily basis. People that, at the top of their career, you wonder how they got there. How they got there is through repetition over time, spaced repetition over time. They are ardently putting in the work on a daily basis. If what I have said so far is making sense to you, put a fire emoji in the chat. Let's see a fire emoji in the chat. And if you have not invited your friend, no now. It's not good. Please invite your friend. Let's see the fire emojis in the chat. Let me take my strawberry tea, please. I'm waiting to see our fire emojis. I'm waiting to see our fire emojis. I'm waiting to see our fire emojis. So, success is not a finish line. It's not one particular destination. It's something that we continue to work towards. And if we look on page 253, for those of us who have the book, he said it. He put the secrets to result that last there. The secret to getting results that last is to never stop making improvements. The secret to results that last is to what? Never stop making improvements. Because you do something on day one, it may not be as good because you're just starting. You pat yourself on the back and go again. Day two, you pat yourself on the back and go again. Even if it's day three and you're not able to do it as well as you have done day one and day two, you still pat yourself on the back and go again. And he also let us know that for us to be able to succeed with our good habits, the system in which we find ourselves is very important. I'm still waiting to see my fire emojis. The system that we find ourselves is very important, because you cannot say that you don't want to be drinking Coca-Cola every day, and then in your fridge is all Coca-Cola. There is no bottled water. So you're already setting yourself up for failure. Take out all the Coca-Cola bottles, all the Fanta bottles, Miranda bottles. Give them out. Put water in your fridge. And then when you wake up, probably around 12 a.m. and you are thirsty and you want to drink something, you open the fridge for a bottle of Coca-Cola and it's only water that is staring you in the face. What will you do? You will drink the water. Or you put a bottle of water by your bedside because you realize that you have not been drinking a lot of water. You wake up, you look to your right, depending on where your bedside is, or your left, you see the bottle of water. You will drink it. And then you realize that over time, as you keep doing that, your water intake has improved. So our system is important. It's not us. Yes, we have good intentions, but if you do not take care of your system, your environment, to help you with your good habits, you will not be able to sustain those habits. So he has told us, James Clear has told us, that that's the power of atomic habits. Tiny changes, remarkable results. So please, can we type that? Tiny changes, remarkable results. It doesn't have to be a big change. It doesn't have to be something huge, because if we do something huge at first, it's not going to be sustainable. So let me see in the comment section, tiny changes. And when you are typing it, do your own like this. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Because it's those tiny changes. I'll still go back to sand. This one, paradox, so I'm going the other way. Initially, I said removing grains of sand, but this one, putting a grain of sand, you have two scales. So one is empty. Both are empty initially. Yes, tiny changes, remarkable results. And then I now start putting sand, small, a little bit of sand on the right. And I don't put sand on the left. After a while, the scales will tip. So the one with sand will now be heavy and go down. And then you now see remarkable change. But initially, at that initial period, when I put some sand, they could still be at the same level. But as I keep putting in sand, the scales will tip. So tiny changes, remarkable results. Yes, thank you, the mechanic. Who else? I want to see our tiny changes, remarkable results. So ask yourself today or going forward, because we're in the last quarter of 2025, it's not too late. What tiny change can I start? What tiny change can I start towards, imbibing a very good habit? What tiny change? Is it to read two lines a day? Is it to drink a cup of water a day? Is it to watch, go on social media for 30 minutes, by setting an alarm so that we are not doom scrolling on social media? What tiny change? Is it okay? Do we want to register in a class, self-paced class or self-paced course where we show up for 15 minutes a day, and then you realize at the end of this quarter you are done with the course? So what tiny change? So write down your goal. I know we wrote goals. We had a lot of lofty goals, many of us, at the beginning of the year. And then life has happened. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. There are still so many days to go before we end the year. And it's just for us to start with a tiny change. Tiny. So what tiny change will you be starting today? Thank you, MC Love Diamond. Tiny changes, remarkable results. So what habit do you want to imbibe starting from today? And then look for how to break it down into very small steps. Initially, like I said, it may not look obvious. The results may not be staring you in the face, but something is happening. A change is occurring. And if you keep at it, you now look back and say, wow, from now till December 31, if you keep at it, you will be a different person on the 1st of January. I can assure you. Yes, I can assure you. But it needs to start with tiny change. Don't do things that will be so difficult for you. Look for easy things, good things that you can do for yourself, so that you become an oasis as the year ends. So he now took us to little lessons from the 4 laws. Oh, yes. And he introduced us to a 4-step model of human behavior, because he realized that, over time, through his research, the human behavior is guided by a framework. And this framework is divided into the problem phase and the solution phase. So the problem phase starts with a cue, moves to a craving. There is now a response to that craving, and then a reward. And we're told that if we stay in the problem phase with the cue and the cravings, that's not good. But we now move to the response and reward phase. That is good. So we now say, okay, what's a cue? What's a cue? What's a cue? It's not cue for line, standing on the line. No, we're Wiserians here. It's not that one, not that kind of cue. What's a cue? A signal, something that just, prompts something. That prompts you to say something, prompts you to act on something. That's a cue. Then it can now lead to, so it now triggers something in the brain and now leads to a craving. You now want something. Your body now wants something. If you can either act on it or not act on it. Acting on it or not acting on it will now determine the response and reward. So he gave several examples because, like I said, he had done a lot of research and he realized that the human behavior is modeled by these 4 phases. So I'll be taking us through some of these behaviors. So it just gives us an insight into why we do certain things or why people do certain things. And I'm like, okay, it's because of this. That's why this person did this. Okay. So if you have your book, you can go to little lessons from the four laws. Or if it is soft copy, yes, you can scroll to little lessons from the four laws. Awareness coming before desire. I gave the example of Coca-Cola. When you are watching TV, and then if you really like Coca-Cola, and you now see the Coca-Cola advert with the beautiful bottle and everything, with the water dripping down, it's a cue. The advert is a cue. And then you now crave to get a bottle of Coca-Cola. It's a craving. Maybe your mouth, your mouth starts watering. You now start remembering when last you took a bottle of Coca-Cola. That's a craving. The next thing is, if you have decided that you want to cut down on your Coca-Cola intake. If you say, oh, no problem, oh, that's nice. That's a lovely advert, lovely. But you don't go out of your way to go and now start buying a bottle of Coca-Cola. You have won. But if you now go out to buy a bottle of Coca-Cola, then you have gone a step back. So he also gave an example now. Happiness is simply the absence of desire. So yes, you see the bottle of Coke. Oh, you appreciate the advert, but you don't act on it. You let it pass. So you are not in a state of discomfort. You let it pass because you remind yourself that, oh, I have said that I want to reduce my Coca-Cola intake and take more water. So it passes. You pat yourself on the back. Another example, which is similar to that, was peace occurs when you don't turn your observations into problems. You don't turn your observations into problems. You see a beautiful dress, you see a beautiful car as an advert, or you're walking down the road, you pass a beautiful store. You know what your account is saying at that point in time. You just look at it and appreciate it, especially if you can't afford it at that time, or you may afford it, but you already have what you want to do with the money. So you're at peace. If you don't act on it, it's not a problem to you. You're like, no, it's not in my budget for this month, and you walk away. But you now make it a problem when you now start fretting. Oh, I need to get this dress because Lagbaja has gotten the dress. I cannot be caught on fresh. No, it now becomes a problem. But if you do not act on it, you observe, there is no problem. The other example he gave, which I like, is with a big enough why, you can overcome anyhow. Can we type that? With a big enough why, you can overcome anyhow. Can we type that? Let's type that in the comment section. With a big enough why, we can overcome anyhow. Because I feel like it's one example that ties everything together. We say, oh, we want to read more. I want to read 3 books or a book per quarter. Why do you want to read 3 books per quarter? Oh, because I want to, probably you have a course that you're looking, you want to apply for, or maybe you are volunteering somewhere because they need this particular volunteer experience, or you're preparing for a certification exam. And when it becomes hard, when you're tired, when you can't read, you can't open the book, you can't go to volunteer on a Saturday when you would like to rest, you remind yourself, why did I start this in the first place? Thank you. I can see how with a big enough why you can overcome anyhow. When you think about it, why you even started that to volunteer, why you even applied for that exam in the first place, you will say, oh, yes, I applied because it will take me a step further. Thank you, Alikeju. With a big enough why, you can overcome anyhow. You remind yourself, oh, it is because I want to get a promotion. It is because I want to get this job in this company. It is because I want to lose weight. It is because I want to be able to play with my children. I want to be able to run around with them. It is because I want to live a long, healthy life. When you remember why you started, you will be able to motivate yourself, especially if your system supports you. With a supportive system, you will be able to keep at the good habits. The other lesson, one of the other lessons that he spoke about was your actions reveal how badly you want something. Your actions reveal how badly you want something. You cannot say you want a job, a new job, and you're not applying for roles. It shows you don't want it. You actually do not want it. You cannot say that you want to be able to eat better and then you still keep buying unhealthy food. You actually do not want it. You can't say you want to be a public speaker and you don't volunteer for speaking roles. You do not listen to follow people like JD who offers courses on public speaking. You actually, let's tell ourselves the truth, you actually do not want it. Because James Clear has said it here, your actions reveal how badly you want something. If you want something badly, if you want something bad enough, you will do all what it takes to get that thing. So he said, if you keep saying something is a priority, but you never act on it, then you don't really want it. Don't deceive yourself. So we're Wiserians here. We're not here to deceive ourselves. We're wise people. So if we want something, then you act on it. Because we know it. We know it as human beings. If we want something, we go for it. So you can't keep complaining. I've not gotten this thing. Oh, you'll be lamenting. The book of Lamentations. But you're not doing anything about it. You're just sitting on your hands and complaining about it. So you need to have a conversation with yourself. We actually need to have conversations with ourselves. We need to be honest with ourselves. Why am I not doing this thing that I said I wanted to do? This goal, this my vision board very beautiful vision board that I put up at the beginning of the year. Why have I not done this? You say you want a scholarship to go to school. You have not looked for any scholarship. Then you really don't want a scholarship. All right. The other example he gave was our expectations determine our satisfaction. So if you have high expectations and then your outcomes are great, you are happy. But if you also have average expectations and the outcomes are fantastic, you're also happy. But if your expectations are low and your outcome is low, it's still okay. So it's good to have high expectations and work towards those expectations. Another example, the other ones we can read through them. Hope declines with experience and is replaced by acceptance. So the first time an opportunity arrives, the first time you do something, yay, you're excited. After a while, when you're getting all the accolades and the results, you already know what to expect and you know how to adjust yourself accordingly. So the summary, the conclusion of this is that, the secrets to results that last, the secrets to getting good habits, tiny changes, remarkable results. So I would like to see, before we close out, what is your one takeaway from our book study from February till now? What have you taken away from this book study? And what will you be doing going forward? Let's see that. Drop it in the chat section so that someone else who was, attempting to comment will put something down. What will we be doing going forward after we have come to the end of Atomic Habits by James Clear? He has put a lot of gold in this book. So it is left to us to continue with where he stopped. So let me know in the comment section, what good habits will we be imbibing going forward, and what is our one takeaway before we say goodbye to James Clear? I'll be waiting. We have a few minutes before we round up. So what's our one takeaway? Let's see it in the comment section. What's our one takeaway? Our one big takeaway. What's our one big takeaway from our book study since the month of February? What is our one big takeaway? What will we be doing differently? What will we be doing differently going forward so that we are an oasis in the desert, so that our lives are better? All right, I'll be waiting. While I'm waiting, I want to say a big thank you to Joyce Daniels and her team for the opportunity to facilitate the ultimate session of Atomic Habits by James Clear. Thank you for the platform. Being consistent on tiny habits, growing wealth with Marianne. Being consistent with tiny habits. Yay, congratulations to you. Wiserians, what is our takeaway from our book study over the past 9 months? It's been a journey. We took off in February, and then we have arrived our destination in October. So over the course of 9 sessions, what is that one takeaway? I know you may have many. I know. But just one, because it can also bless someone. What is that one takeaway that you have gotten from our book study? And please, the replays are online. They're on YouTube. Feel free to watch as many times as you want, all the sessions. For the book too, don't keep it away. Don't hide it away in your library or inside one book. Pick it up and read again. Pick it up and read again. So we can even do 20 pages a day like Kayode, or a chapter a day like Odunayo. So growing wealth with Marianne has said, being consistent on tiny habits. What other takeaway? I can't see our takeaways. What is that one takeaway? Because giving one takeaway allows you think, allows you look back, on the past months. It allows you to introspect. So on your introspection, what is your one takeaway from Atomic Habits by James Clear? For me, it is small changes over time lead to lasting results. And I'll put 2. My own is Jara. If I truly want something, I will work at it. If I don't work at it, it shows that I truly do not want it. If I truly want something, I will work at it. If I don't work at it, it shows that I truly do not want it. So what other takeaway? I'm waiting for our takeaway, Wiserians. So can we put fire emojis on the chat section to say our big thank you to us? Congratulate ourselves. Let's congratulate ourselves for beginning in February and ending in October. So let's congratulate ourselves. Fire emojis. Let's put our virtual claps. Let us put our final words and our final thoughts on Atomic Habits by James Clear. Don't forget, tiny changes, remarkable results. Tiny changes, remarkable results. I can't see our fire emojis. Let's clap our hands. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, JD. Thank you, the mechanic. Thank you, Michael Okore, and the whole team for holding our hands throughout this WISER special edition. Thank you so much, and I wish us the best of the rest of the week. I am still waiting for your one takeaway. I am still waiting for your one takeaway. Don't forget, tiny changes, remarkable results. Yes, fire emoji Odunayo. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Remember my whys when I feel like giving up on building a habit. Yes, with a big enough why, you remember, your how. Thank you. Thank you, Wiserians. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. God bless all of us. And I hope that when we see and when we chat, in a different platform, we'll be an oasis in the desert. Let's remember that. Green, lush, flowers, trees, grass with water in a desert. Thank you so much. Thank you. So do not forget your book. Keep reading. Small, consistent changes over time will lead to remarkable results. Yes, I'm still waiting for our fire emojis. Let us say thank you to JD. Let us say thank you to JD for giving us our platform to be able to make us wiser. Thank you also to you for showing up. Showing up in the morning at 6 o'clock is not an easy one, but we have done it from February till now. Thank you to you. Thank you so much for showing up. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Stay consistent with the tiny changes. Yes. So the tiny changes, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Thank you, MC Love Diamond. Thank you, Dunayo. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Coach JD. Thank you so much for making us wiser, indeed wiser people. When people see us, when we are interacting with people, they're like, there's a lot of wisdom coming out from here. I was like, yes, come join our community. So share the link with your friends, your family, your colleagues, those that were not able to join. They can watch later. They can always watch later. They can watch all the sessions, the replay sessions, so that they can be wise as we are. Yes, because we can't be the only wise persons. We need to make our friends and family wiser too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can see your thank yous. I can see your fire emojis. I can see your hand claps. Thank you so very much. Signing out from the WISER Special, Atomic Habits. Bye.